The minority in Parliament is this morning set to challenge the passage of the controversial E-Levy bill at the Supreme Court. The case will seek to annul Parliament's decision to pass the bill yesterday. The minority will claim before the Apex Court that at the time the bill was being passed, the House did not have what the Supreme Court terms a voting quorum of 138 MPs on the floor. There's more in the following report by my colleague, Kwesi Parker-Wilson.
After 3 months of struggle, town hall meetings, engaging stakeholders, fisticuffs in the chamber, a one-sided majority side has finally approved the E-Levy. First, the finance minister was in the chamber to move a motion. But this, according to the minority leadership, was in one way or the other smuggling the levy into today's order paper because it was not captured in the business statement for this week.
Electronic Transfer Levy Bill 2021. Why? When you presented business statement, it was not part of the business which was approved for the House. We have time and again warned and cautioned that we never want to be taken by surprise on a major economic policy bill of government. We have always insisted, Mr. Speaker, you can go to the Hansard every other Friday. We have said that never take us by surprise, because, Mr. Speaker, Parliament cannot be when I conveniently have my numbers, then business can go on. It cannot be. And we will not accept that culture. Let them be sure that we are ready for them. We will debate you and we will vote against it. We won't support it. We are ready for you.
In spite of the accusation, the Speaker paved the way for the motion to be moved.
I beg to move that the Electronic Transfer Levy Bill be now read a second time.
Now, whilst the majority leader was expected to conclude the debate, the minority actually staged a walkout.
I'll disappoint you because I'm concluding, Mr. Speaker. I know that you are time bound. So what do you do? So, Mr. Speaker, this side, we don't support E-Levy. We will not support E-Levy. Count us out of it. They can proceed with whatever business they want to do. I thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. He's waving. He's waving. Mr. Speaker, put the question. What of the mind? Put the question. Put the question. Put the question. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, put the question. My colleagues are in the chamber. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues are in the chamber. I invite you to put the question now. Put the question now. They're in the chamber.
And so I proceed to put the question. Those in favor of the adoption of the report of the committee in support of the second reading of the Electronic Transaction Levy Bill 2021, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it.
The Speaker of the House, apart from the fact that the minority has staged a walkout, indicated to the House that indeed they still have the required numbers to proceed with the consideration of the motion.
When you keep on giving surprises to the Speaker will also be giving you surprises. But these surprises to the Speaker sometimes are overwhelming. And so we need to continue to make sure that we process the bill. I have no problem with us going on with the consideration because the House is properly constituted. walkout doesn't stop the House from proceeding with his business. And so my pleasure is for us to continue. And we'll move to the consideration stage of the bill.
The majority side were excited over the approval of the levy, insisting that this levy would definitely go a long way to help cushion the Ghanaian economy.
If we have to do revenue mobilization inside the country, what it means is that we will curtail the rate of borrowing and thereby curtail the increasing debt stock. Who in Ghana, which MP would say that he doesn't like this? So, colleagues, I believe we are adding them on these matters. Now, what Parliament ought to be looking at is reportage. How much is coming? How are we applying those revenues? And I think that Parliament's oversight responsibility should come into play.
But the minority held a press conference and alleged that what was done in the chamber is illegal.
And voting with at least half of all the members of Parliament present. During second reading, you did not have half of members of Parliament present. During the consideration stage, you did not have half of members of Parliament present, per the Supreme Court ruling. And during the third reading, you did not have, half of the members of Parliament, more than half of the members of Parliament present and voting. Therefore, those of you who are celebrating with them that E-Levy have been passed and accordingly passed, your excitement will be short-lived. Immediately after this press briefing, we intend to file to question the legitimacy of the decision of less than one half of members of Parliament taking a decision to approve E-Levy at second reading following our walkout, and at third reading, which is required, that a bill be subjected to third reading. The supposed E-Levy bill was subjected to a third reading with less than one half.
Minority Leader Aruna Idriso ending that report by Parker Wilson. Let's go to the court because court correspondent Joseph Akable has been monitoring the filing of the suit against the controversial E-Levy passage of the controversial E-Levy. He joins me via Zoom with more. Joseph, has the minority been successful with the filing of the suit?
Yes, Aisha. In fact, just a couple of hours ago, the filing was done. Specifically at the Supreme Court, and the arguments that are raised in the document is very similar to what we heard the minority leader say a short while ago. So they are raising issues about the fact that the Parliament have the required quorum and relying on the case of Justice Abdullahi versus the Attorney General to make the point that per that decision, the quorum for decision making should be at least half of the members of Parliament, and they say that this put the figure at 138, and so anything that falls short of 138 simply means that the action is contrary to law. And so the minority leader is joined by his two colleagues, Mahama Yarga and Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, and they are urging at the Apex Court to declare that the purported approval of the policy on Tuesday is now and void and of no legal effect, and also asking the court to set aside the said approval of the policy.
Do we know when the court will sit on the matter?
We do not know that yet, especially because we know that for the normal course of events, it will mean that it has to be brought to the attention of the Office of the Attorney General. A response will equally have to be filed or appearance entered. And then from there, we know when that could happen. But for now, we know that it's been filed.
Joseph Akable is our man in court. Definitely will be monitoring this and bring you all the updates. So what kind of services will or will not be affected by this E-Levy? Here's a breakdown for you. Mobile money transfers between accounts on the same electronic money issuer, mobile money transfers from an account on one EMI to a recipient on another EMI, transfers from bank accounts to mobile money accounts, transfer from mobile money accounts to bank accounts, and bank transfers on a digital platform or application which originates from a bank account belonging to an individual to another individual. These are transactions that the E-Levy will cover. Now, it will not cover these transactions. Cumulative transfers of 100 cedis per day made by the same person, transfers between accounts owned by the same person, transfers for the payment of taxes, fees, charges on the Ghana.gov platform, electronic clearing of checks, specified merchant payments, that is payments to commercial establishments registered with the GRA for income tax and VAT purposes, and transfers between principal, master agent, and agent's account.